Hi guys, and welcome back once again, and today we will be continuing on business law and accounting control. So first of all, I'm gonna skip a few chapters because first of all we did do learning module 1 last time, and then learning module 2 is all about the written laws of business. Now, like I said the first time, unfortunately this is a chapter that you will just plainly have to learn. And studying, there's no way to get it into your head except through studying and working hard, understanding the different points, checking the different laws, the legal systems. And yeah, that you unfortunately have to learn. There's nothing I can do to make you learn and understand it better, but just try and understand it. Then learning module 3, managing your personal finances. Once again, you have to learn it. Now, these questions, they usually ask it in a column A, column B type scenario. But they can ask you what type, what you explain the following risk profile or stuff like that. So once again, 3, you'll also have to learn liquidity, and all that funny stuff, inflation, planning for retirement. But however, there is a question on this which I would actually like to do to you. Unfortunately, like I explained in the previous, not the last video, the one before that, where I asked for help, is Gabby did send me this nice piece of paper, which is a trial exam, but I know that on the CD or on the memory stick, depending on how they give it to you, there is a mock assessment, and on there is a question relating to learning module 3, but there is a trick to it. So, and unfortunately nobody has sent me yet that document. So if anybody can send me that mock assessment with that question, with a finance question, please send it to me. I would love to do that question with you and just explain to you what the trick is, where they try and trap you in the exam. So I would like to show it to you. So if anybody can send me that, I would appreciate it. All right. Then we're going through learning module 4, accounting systems, internal control. That's like auditing, stuff like that. You have to learn it. Learning module 5, it's all learning stuff, but luckily if you work in this type of environment, you should be able to figure it all out. Learning module 6, and I'm going through it quite fast, is accounting systems and stock control. And then the question what I'm trying to get at is learning module 7, which is analytical review. Now, even in this thing, this is also the example I'm going to be doing with you today, is out of one of these trial exam papers. You will see that this question counts 40 marks. And a lot of people don't understand the formulas and how to calculate it. So I'm going to do that with you today. Let me just get that there. So first of all, you can read up to see what is an analytical review, what's the purpose of it. But in a nutshell, you are basically comparing information to see whether, like in the example we're doing, whether you've stayed in budget or whether you overspent, whether you underspent, what percentage you over and underspent, and then to come up with a plan in how to correct that. Okay, so you can just read up on that. So like I said before, the example I'm going to be doing comes out of, sorry, I'm just going to put the book down, comes out of one of these trial exam questions. And if you send me an email, I will, just so that you can follow what I'm doing, I'll send you this specific question that everybody can go through it with me, that they'll have the questions. I'll also send you that. I'm going to zoom in on these pages now for you, and I'll send you the formulas as well. So throw me an email if you really want this stuff, and like I said, just that you can follow what I'm busy doing, because I know it's difficult doing an exercise and you don't have the question in front of you. So I would really like to help. So, like I said before, throw me an email and I'll throw you this question. I just want to zoom in that I can tell you what we've got here. So obviously you won't really, unless you've got that specific paper, you won't really be able to follow the question. So you'll probably only get, so when you email me, I'll get you the information. So first of all, you've got the question. Okay, nothing funny. And then there's the answers, well, like the answer sheet. Now I have numbered, everything marked in red has got a specific number. And all the formulas I'm going to give you will be designated to a specific, to those numbers. Okay? And then that's just an empty sheet that when you practice it, that you can fill in your own answers. See, those are all the answers that they're going to ask in the exam. So that's why I'm going to do all those calculations with you. And then there's all the formulas, which I will be doing with you right now. Okay. So that was just quickly, but like I say, send it to me. I'll also send you a few of those. I'll see what I've got, and I will send you a few of those other questions as well. Some of you have already emailed me, and I've sent you that study package that I spoke of with those questions and everything like that. So those have got a bunch of, the long questions that they can ask, but these things I got a few of them, and I see they've actually also got different questions to the ones that I've sent you. So please, when I send you this stuff, familiarize yourself with these questions as well, because they can also be asked. Okay, so now first of all, we're going to be looking at our numbers. I've got numbers 1 all the way down to 28. And those numbers, you have to calculate the variances and all that type of stuff. They're going to give you the question with all the information in it. So let's first of all look at let's look at the variances. I'm not going to do each and every single example here, since the formulas for those ones are exactly the same. You will see that in the formula column on the formula page that I will be sending you. So, to calculate the variance, I'm going to say this is number 1. So you go on there, number 1 has got the formula. It's your actual minus budgeted divided by budgeted times 100. Now you'll see this formula they actually give you in the question, so that you can do all those calculations. So I'm just so you take the information that they give you the budgeted, they give you the actual, and then you need to calculate the variance. So we've got the actual there, it's 1,737,900 minus 1,829,900 divided by your budgeted again, 1,829,900 multiplied by 100. Alright, so it's your actual minus your budgeted divided by your budgeted multiplied by 100. You simply take the information that they give you there, you put it in your formula, and then you get to the answer minus 5.03%. Okay, then you take that information. Sorry, I'm just going to get a pen. I'm going to check if this pen writes. Got so many pens here. And then over here, it's minus 5.03%. Okay, so that'll be the first one. I'm going to do another one quickly with you, number 2. See, luckily that's the formula they give you. So number 2 again, it's your actual minus your budgeted divided by your budgeted multiplied by 100. So number 2 is the same thing. You've got your actual of 81.17 minus your budgeted 80.37, close your bracket, divided by 80.37 multiplied by 100. So that will give you 1%. And then that goes in there. So that's 1%. A positive 1%. Okay, so now you're completing that. Now, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 19, 22, 23, and 24 all use the same formula. Okay, so I don't see a need for me to go through everything. So that's just, so the variances all use that formula. Okay, so just to quickly save some time, I'm just gonna complete this. So that's will be minus 4.08%, and this one will be 17.65%. See, all using the same formula. So now when we get to number 5, it is your average beverage revenue per person. Okay, so obviously that one is not the same as 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's go and have a look at that. So when we do number 5, you do the formula is you take your beverage sales divided by your total ticket sales multiplied by 1,000. Please remember this one, you multiply by 1,000. So now you go back to the question that they've given you and you look for your beverage sales. Remember, we are busy with the budgeted side. So you go to the budget, you get your beverages. It's 1,700, as you can see on this paper, divided by your total ticket sales. Now for that, you go to this part. It's on the second page. You'll see there total tickets sold. Total tickets sold is 182,900. So that's what you're looking for, and it's under the budgeted. Remember, if you work with a budgeted, you only work with a budgeted column. All right, so that'll be 182,900 multiplied by 1,000. Remember, that's the only one, 5 and 6, where you multiply by 1,000. All the rest will be multiplied by 100. All right, so it's 1,700 divided by 182,900 multiplied by 1,000, and that gives you 9.29. So I'm going to complete this one quickly. So that is 9.29. All right. So now let's do number 6, which is the actual. So now you go to the actual column again. It's your beverage sales divided by total ticket sales multiplied by 1,000. All right. So we're here at the actual. Now we're going to beverage sales. It's 2,000 divided by your total ticket sales. Here we go again to page 6. You'll get there at point number 2. You'll see total tickets sold. So that's 173,700 multiplied by 1,000. So that gives you, that's 2,000 divided by 173,700 multiplied by 1,000. That's 11.51. Okay, so let me put this in. All right, so now obviously now you've got those two. I know you're not going to see what I'm writing here, but I am going to send you the answer sheet with that you've got the answers. So now if you do the variance for those two, the answer you will get at is 23.2 23.90%. Okay. So it's your beverage sales divided by your total ticket sales multiplied by 1,000. And that is 5 and 6. So we've done number 7 as well. That's the same formula that we used for the other one. Sorry, just dropped my pen there. Okay. So now let's see what's the next one we're going to do. The ticket agent commission as a percentage revenue, that is number 8. So now you go here, number 8. 8 and 9 is your ticket agent commission. Commission divided by your ticket sales multiplied by 100. Okay, which number am I on again? Ticket agent, that's number 8. So your ticketing agent's commission, remember we are busy working with the budgeted, so now we go back here. Now you go, your ticketing agent commission is 400 divided by your ticket sales. If you go up a little bit there, you'll see the ticket sales, it's on the same page, just a little bit up, is 14,700 multiplied by 100. So it's 400 for the ticketing agent commission divided by the ticket sales, 14,700 multiplied by 100. And the answer for that is, ticketing agent number 8 is 2.72. Alright, so now we just put that in, that's 2.72. Okay, and then now we're going to do the actual, which is number 9. Again, it's the ticketing agent commission divided by ticket sales multiplied by 100. So now we go to the actual side. We find the ticketing agent commission is 600 divided by your ticket sales is 14,100, which is just a bit up from that. So number 9 is 4.26. So now again you calculate the variance as with the first formula we did. And after you've calculated the variance of 2.72 and 4.26, it is 56.62. Great. Okay, now we're going to go down to number 11, which is the direct ticket sales. Where am I now? Number 11. So now we go to our formula. So the formula for this is your direct ticket sales. Direct ticket sales divided by total tickets sold multiplied by 100. Excuse me. Okay, so direct ticket sales. So for that, we go again to point number 2 on the second page of this question. So it's that small little thing with the direct ticket sale, ticket agent sales, and total tickets sold. So now now it says it's your direct ticket sales, as you can see here under the budgeted, is 143,084 divided by total tickets sold, which is 182,900. Multiplied by 100. So it's 143,084 divided by 182,900 multiplied by 100. That gives you 78.23. Okay, so let's complete that one in there. 78.23. Okay. So let's do the actual now. That is number 12. Again, it's your direct ticket sales divided by total ticket sales times 100. So now that's under the actual. So that's 114,565 divided by 173,700 multiplied by 100. So that is what? Number 12. 114,565. Yeah, that's right. 65.96. So that is 65.96. And now we're doing the ticketing agent, which is number 13. So that will be the ticketing agent sales divided by the total tickets sold times 100. So now we're looking, where's the ticketing agent sales? Again, in column number 2. Ticketing agent sales is 39816 divided by 182,900 multiplied by 100. So that then is 21.77. 21.77. And now you do the same with the actual. So that'll be 59135 divided by 173,700 multiplied by 100. 59135, 173, yes, so that'll be 34.04. So, is that right? Yep, that's right. And that's 34.04. Now obviously, if you add up your budgeted for your direct ticket sales plus your ticketing agent, you'll get a total of 100. And the same with the actual, if you add up 65.96 plus 34.04, you will get to 100. So that's just one way for you to check if you calculated that correctly. I remember when I was studying this subject, our lecturer didn't actually know how to do these formulas, and I had to sit at home and calculate all of them by myself. And then I gave a class on how to do the formulas. So the students in the class were quite happy about that, because they didn't quite understand all these formulas and how to get to it. And so I just tried to make it a little bit simpler. Okay, so next we go to gross profit percentage. That's number 15. Now let's get to the formulas. So your gross profit, remember, is your sales minus your cost of sales. So you have your revenue minus your cost of sales divided by your revenue multiplied by 100. Okay. So now we go back to the top. So we are busy with 15. 15 is for the budgeted. So I have my revenue, that'll be 16400 minus my cost of sales, just a bit below that. So 2800 divided by 16400 multiplied by 100. Okay, so number 15 is 16400 minus 28. Yeah, I have to check my crib notes to make sure that I do it correctly. So the answer there is 82.93. Okay, 82.93. So that's number 15 is 82.93. And then we do the same for number 16, but only with the actual amounts. So that'll be your revenue minus your cost of sales divided by your revenue multiplied by 100. So we are now on the actual. So here we go again. The revenue under the actual, 16100 minus your cost of sales, 3400 divided 16100 multiplied by 100. So that's number 16. And that gives you 78.88. Am I right? Yeah, 78.88. So let's put that one in there. All right. The only bad thing is, guys, you will have to learn these, you will have to know these formulas off by heart. So this is going to take, so keep practicing until you have it stuck there. Okay. So now we are doing numbers, okay, we've done gross profit percentage, now we're doing numbers 17 and 18, which is your gross profit percentage on beverage sales. So 17, so now we go with the formula for that. That is your beverage sales minus your beverage cost divided by your beverage sales multiplied by 100. So now we go back here. So now let's get our beverage sales. We're busy with the budget. Beverage sales is 1700 minus your beverage cost. Now where is that? Your beverage cost is 1000 divided by 1700 multiplied by 100. Okay. So 17 41.18. That's 41.18. So now we have to go do the actual. So that's number 18. So that's your beverage sales minus beverage cost divided by beverage sales multiplied by 100. So actual, let's go. So beverage sales is 2000 minus beverage cost 1000 divided by 2000 multiplied by 100. So number 18, that's right, it is 50. Okay, so let's complete that. Okay, then the musician and artist fees, you know you can calculate that according to your variance column. And well, obviously it's 300, so the answer would be 0. So nothing funny there. Okay. Okay. Marketing cost as a percentage of revenue, that's number 20. Okay, so now we're going, number 20 and 21 has got the formula, which is your marketing cost divided, by your ticket sales. Remember the difference between when the formula is total ticket sales and when it's just normal ticket sales. Okay, the total ticket sales will be on the second column. Your normal ticket sales you will find at the top. Alright, multiplied by 100. So now we take our marketing costs, we go back to our question. Where's marketing cost? That's 300. Divided by ticket sales, which is 14700. Multiplied by 100. So 2.04. Okay. And now we're doing the actual, which is number 21. So marketing cost 700 divided by ticket sales 14100 multiplied by 100. 21, where's number 21? There we go, and that's 4.96. Okay, and then number 22, 23, 24, you just simply calculate the formula that we started with. So let me just quickly put those answers in. 22, so that's 177.65, 16.18, and then minus 27.40. Okay. And then to the second part of this question, you're going to have, there's another little column you need to complete, and once again in the question, they actually give you that that formula. Well, but just to be on the safe side, just memorize it as well in case somebody decides, okay, I'm not going to give them the formula, it's way too easy, and they ask you to know the formula. Alright, so for what number is that? 25. You use the formula 25 to 28. It's your budgeted minus actual divided by actual multiplied by 100. So in other words, it's actually the opposite of the variance that we had to calculate in the first portion of this question. So then once again, you just put in your information. So 226,300 minus 173,700, close your bracket, divided by 173,700 multiplied by 100. Okay, and then when you do that calculation on number 25, it's 30.28. Okay, so now the rest, number 26, 25, 26, 27, 28, you calculate with the same formula. So that will be 30.28 minus, now my pen is not right, minus 5.81, oh, come on, sorry, just going to use this pen, minus 5.81, 4.27, and 22.70. All right. Now that is only the first part of this question. Now the second part of the question is they want you to do a bit of an analysis and explain why these variances has occurred. I mean, the ticket sold, you budgeted 182,900, but the actual was only 173,700. So in other words, it dropped from what you budgeted to the actual. It dropped by 5.03%. So they want you to go through this whole page from top to bottom, and all the anomalies or changes, and then give why do you think those variances take place? Why, in other words, I mean, if you look at the beverage sales, they budgeted 1,700, but actual 2,000. So it was the variance, so it increased by 17.65%. Why is that? Well, because the people drank more. So, stuff like that. So I'm going to give you the textbook answer. Also, sorry, before I do that, in the question you will see a couple of pointers up there. So please remember to look at it when you give this analysis, because there can be some indications there about what your analysis is of this revenue, of the variances. All right. So I'm just going to go through it. Like I said, when you email me, I will send you all this stuff, so you will have it all in front of you. So let's just say, I'm just going to read it, and I'm going to go up from here. The tickets, we can see it's a drop of minus 5.03, and it says the ticket revenue is 5.03% down on budget, and this is due to a drop in patron attendance, represented by a drop in the number of tickets sold. So you see, the tickets sold. The tickets sold were obviously less, so obviously that revenue will be less. So, okay, so this is due to a drop in patron attendance and a drop in the number of tickets sold. Then it says beverage sales are up by 17.65% owing to a higher consumption per patron. And that's represented by a 23.9% increase in the average beverage revenue per person. And see, those are all things that you've calculated, so you can make your assessment on that. More tickets were sold via ticketing agent than budgeted, resulted in higher cost of sales, because the agent's commissions costs were added to it. Overall gross profit percentage declined due to a drop in ticket price, high musician and artist fees, agent commission cost. Okay. The impact of lower GP from the above factors is slightly offset by an increase in beverage margins. So basically your gross profit is lower, but the people did drink more, so you're making up a little bit of money in that. Marketing costs were higher than budgeted. Salaries and wages were higher than budgeted, which is a cause of concern. And total overheads up by 16.18, largely due to personnel costs going over budget. The decline in interest income is an indication that the extent of free cash flow has dwindled. Profit before tax is nearly 2 million below budget. That's a lot of money. Due to overhead cost overrun, decline in revenue and decline in patron attendance is a cause for concern. Cost control and measures seems to be lacking. Okay, so that's just a textbook answer. So basically, when you study this, take these papers and just follow this with this, that you can see where they're getting their answers from, and then do your analysis according to that. Now, part B of this question, when we do that small little column, that's number 25 to 28. Then they ask the explanation. The increase in ticket revenue is attributable to there was new theatres opening, higher attendance level, lower ticket prices, which you can all see. See, price per ticket has dropped, tickets sold has increased, attendance has increased because obviously the tickets are lower, and the ticket revenue, it's higher ticket sales. Okay, so like I said, this is a 40-point question in your exam. If you need to learn all these formulas off by heart, then I will send you this question. Plus, I'm going to send you a bunch of more of these trial exams as well. So I'll send you a few of that. But like I say, just learn all those long questions. And once again, if anybody has got that sample assessment paper with that question on finance, please send it through to me, that I can do. I want to do a video on that question, because the question in the exam, the one we got, was almost the same as the one in that sample assessment, but they have a trick. They have a trick to it to try and catch you out, and I would love to show you what that trick is. So if anybody can send me that, please do, and then I can get that done as quickly as humanly possible. All right, let me just get my textbook. So this is the question on the analytical review. So yeah, there's nothing really funny about that. And then learning module 8, liquidation and executors account. I think there's a question in your POE about that, which you have to do. It's almost like the example here in the book, and in this trial question paper there's also a good example of what to do there. I'll see if I can do an example on that as well. Then I will see if I can get to make a movie on that as well, but it's very self-explanatory. Alright, so I think that's it for now. Study hard. I'm expecting a lot of emails, but like I say, get those emails to me that I can send you all this stuff, because business law is quite a difficult subject. There's a lot of learning involved. So good luck, and yeah, hope to see you guys soon. Cheers. Hi guys, sorry, it's me again. Now, as I was cleaning up, I just remembered somebody emailed me and asked me, one of the guys who I sent that study package for, and they asked me, how do they memorize all that stuff? So I'm just going to tell you what I did. That's about 16 pages of questions that they can ask you, plus there can be some more in these other trial exams that I'm going to send you. So what I did was every day I memorized one page. Okay, so it took me a while, believe me, it wasn't easy, I memorized it. Then the second day, I would recap in my head the first page, and if there was something I did not remember, I would learn it again, but then I learned the second page. Then on the third day, I would send a recap out of my head. Now, in memory, I would recap the first 2 pages, and then I would memorize the third page. So within about 3 weeks, I memorized all 17 of those pages. Now, yes, it is a lot of work, and believe me, I had a lot of headaches trying to memorize all that stuff, but at the end of the day, so then after those 3 weeks, I had it in my head, so all I had to do every day was recap those 16 pages. So I could actually name and I could actually talk about all 16 those pages. I knew the questions. Well, I checked the questions and I could give the answer. So every day I went through it until the day that I wrote my exam. So by the time I wrote my exam, it was so part of my head, it was just when I saw the question, I could just write it. So yes, it's going to take a lot of work. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you and say, yes, it's easy. You just do it quickly and it's in your head. But you take one page at a time. Like I say, second day, recap the first one. In the 7th day, you recap the first 6 days. So every day you just repeat. And the more you repeat it, the more you remember it. All right, but you memorize it, like you look at it and then you try and memorize it and you go over it, over again. That's how I did it. I know this might not work for everybody, but just try that. And so by the time you write your exam, you will have everything in your head. See the questions, you won't have to worry. And especially having this question we did today, you will actually be just fine. All right, so good luck. And like I said, I'll see you guys next time.